So I want you to make a histogram, and I've got this data. Now you may want to just pause the screen. I'll put it right up here. Basically, we've got this sleep app, right, that tracks exactly how long people sleep, and these are all of the students, right? So this guy slept for 6.2 hours, 7.1, so on and so forth. Hopefully you paused that and got that data. The first thing is I don't want to put all that, I don't want to make that one by hand. That histogram will take too long to make by hand. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making one on my calculator. If we look closely at those numbers, we see that if we have a range of 5 to 10, that covers the lowest someone slept versus the most someone slept. So that's a good range for our data. So we want to be capturing all the data between 5 and 10 hours. Right? And then they say a bin size of 1. Now, I'm not going to, like one person slept like 5.1, 6.7. So if I was to make a dot plot, it would be very stupid, right? All the dots would be here because the chances that someone sleeps for 7.1 hours and another person sleeps for 7.1, we're not going to get very meaningful data. It's more useful to say like, well, let's get all the people that sleep between 5 and 6 hours, and we'll just group them all together. So that's what a bin size of 1 is. We say like, okay, let's have that be 1 big, and we'll get all the people between 5 and 6, all the people between 6 and 7, 7 and 8, 8 and 9, and 9 and 10. So really what we should be looking for is our graph could look something like, this, right? Where we'll have 5 boxes between 5 and 10. Now, I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know their heights yet, but we'll figure out soon enough. So what I want to do is I go to my calculator. I'm going to go to Stat, and when I click Stat, I can go to, sorry, I'm trying to get it clear for you. I go to Edit, right? So the Stat button right here, I go into Edit, and I put in all the data, right? Now what I want to do is I want to graph this thing, right? So I want to go to Stat Plot. So Stat Plot's above the Y equals, so I click Second, Stat Plot, and I can see that they're all turned off. So I click Enter to get in there, and I can see it flashing. I click Enter to turn it on, and I'm going to go down here. What I'm going to make as a histogram is that one right there, right? So I slip over there, I click Enter. If I just graph it, I don't necessarily know that my window will look like this, right? So what I want to do is I want to go to my window, and the default looks like this, right? -10 to 10 with a scale of 1. Well, these first 3 numbers are the important ones. I wanted to go from 5 to 10, right? So instead of going from -10 to 10, I'm going to go 5 to 10. So I'm going to change this first number to 5. And then the X scale, that's the bin size. Now this time I am using a bin size of 1, but I could easily change that to a bin size of 2. I need to change that X scale to 2 then. So now when I graph this, I get this data. Right? The only thing left to do now is to figure out how high those things are. So I can use this cursor by going up, right, like this. And I can approximate what that is. This is 8.06. So this is going to have a height of 8, this middle box. That middle box is between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. You can see how there's 5 boxes, just like I kind of conjectured having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So if I'm going to erase this because I'm going to need the room. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I have my data like this, I know that between 7 and 8 hours, I'm going to go all the way up to 8, over, and down. Okay. And I can repeat the same strategy for all of these. I have my cursor. Let's figure out how high this column is. I take my cursor up. I find the height of it. That's at 9.0. So this one has a height of 9, the fourth one. So I go to the fourth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it has a height of 9. So I flip over there. Flip down there, and I'm good. You can find the other 3 by yourself with that same information. That's how you make a histogram.